Hi, welcome in the beginning of a probably quite long teardown. It is an item I have been watching on eBay for quite a long time. It was quite expensive and quite rare to find. Usually they are around 150 British pounds, but I got this one from Italy for 90 euros because it is in not so good condition, but it is complete at least. So finally I jumped, and yes, I got one. So we have here the Tornado Fighter radar IFF transmitter receiver. You can see quite a beast, very heavy box because it is containing all the electronics. It is not just a control panel. And we will take it apart, or at least try. So, the front first. Excuse me, I will place it over a block of foam. So it is your radar IFF transponder thing, it seems. We have a built-in handle here that you can screw to the front. Then it will not move while in flight. We have octal settings here, 8 of them. Lights, military and civilian, switch, mode selectors for the IFF, and the master control here between off, standby, L and N, I have no idea what they are for, and emergency. So it is the pilot's control, but on the side we have a setting here. You can adjust probably the ID of the aircraft, but it will not be reachable by the pilot. It is only for the technician. And a lot of informations. So it is the mode 2 code here. Here we have a message saying that you have a mix of inch and metric screws. Interesting. Some access panel here. On the top, the very nice information. Advantage, caution with magnetic fields, and beryllium oxide. Damage to circulator may cause toxic dust. Hopefully it looks like the case is intact, so the circulator might not be broken inside. Over panel here. So obviously it is made by Cossor Electronics in Harlow, Essex. And this is my inventory number for this item. Yes, 700, guys. On the back, connectors. Male and female BNCs here, multi-pin connectors here, one more coax here, some kind of centering pin here. And one thing interesting is the serial number. The other one I did see for sale on eBay have 3 digits serial numbers, between under 300 approximately. And this one has a C3 serial number, so it might be some kind of early production or prototype. And the manufacturing date here obviously of 1981. And you can see the construction. We have several modules bolted together. We have the middle one, top one with beryllium warning. And it looks like at the bottom we have 2 modules. So where to start? From the eBay photos, in fact, I did find an eBay listing for just a front panel of it. which was 75 euros or something like this for just the front panel, but in better condition, because you can see mine has broken corners. So I know that apparently the front panel is possible to undo, and obviously there is a warranty sticker here, so in fact I did already have a little bit of a look inside. It is why the screw here is not completely tight. So we will start with removing this front panel. It will be very interesting to look at the electronics inside this. We might have some very unusual components. Here we are, so you can see, yes, the front panel is coming off. Here is what we have here, but obviously we have a wire harness going in this compartment here. So this might be interconnect panel with a lot of plugs to undo. And it is interesting because we have in here one connector which is attached here and goes to this compartment, while the other wires are all in a bundle. So why they did not integrate these wires in this bundle and take the opportunity of a space here to provide a disconnection point at this level, which should have been much easier to deal with. I have no idea. And you can see apparently all the modules have wires going in this compartment. So I guess it is the next step. We have a few screws to undo, two little ones on this side and a big one here. Why they do it, I do not know. Yes, it is coming off. They are captive screws, you cannot lose them, and it is very convenient. Yes, we have a bunch of very small connectors here, but there is also some kind of a circuit board attached to this cover. Here at the back I can see what seems to be some kind of a motherboard. Pass-through capacitors here for the connector probably, so it will be interesting. And I have a lot of things to disconnect. So first I would love to get rid of this front panel completely. So let me deal with all of this and we'll be right back. Okay, it is some progress. Something interesting I did note about these connectors is that it looks like they come from the factory with a full set of wires, attached to them, because they are pretty well sealed and you cannot solder them. They are made in one block with sealant, and they did cut the useless wires from them. Interesting. And also I can see what do we have? Yes, the circuit board here with the connectors. There is some silicone sealant over it, but as if you needed moisture protection, but the other parts are not moisture protected, in particular these connectors or the terminals here, so it is quite weird. We have a circuit board here which seems to be almost impossible to reach, but it looks like we have here a golden package, so it might be some hybrid module. I have no idea if I will be able to undo this, because it seems we have a bolt here all at the back, which will be probably impossible to reach. Quite interesting. And same thing here, I can see a nice module, so here I will be able to undo the circuit board. It is sad that there is no connector at the other side. It would be much easier, but they did not provide one. For now, in order to avoid any damage to these wire harnesses, I will... no, I cannot, because in fact I need to access to unroute these wires here, so I cannot reinstall this panel. Okay, interesting. Next step, I guess, is to undo this front piece with big nuts. That should allow me to, after it, take apart all the modules. So let's do it. Okay, it looks like I will have fun putting it back together, but apparently everything is loose, so I should be able to remove this front piece. Maybe. Oh, there is one more screw here, it seems. Yes. Already I lot of hardware has been removed. Is it coming? I am not sure if I do not need to undo this cover here completely. Let me check actually. So I guess here we have probably a set of circuit boards. Yes, it is quite a pain. As you can see, they did include a screw here that is attaching in the front piece. So this thing is not is made really a weird way. Okay, and now I can unroute all the wires and have a better look. Here we are. So there's the aluminium part here. And here is what we have. We have a stack of modules that will come apart now quite easily after undoing the screws on the back. And then at least we will be able to have a look at each one of them. Captive screws also here. Okay, first one is off. It is the transmitter radar. Serial number 211 here. Quite a lot of modifications. Interesting how these coding things are protruding out here from the case. Then we have the probably main assembly here in the middle. That will be possible to reach. So the two bottom modules, as you can see, seem pretty well sealed also. Me. It is really not something easy to take apart. Okay, we have here the radar receiver module, pretty well sealed it seems. We have this one, I have no idea what it will be. Power supply with wires going directly in the main wire compartment. Why do we need PNC plugs on the power supply? I have no idea. And it looks like it will come apart by undoing the three screws at the end here. Okay. And we have a cabinet of electrical equipment assembly. Like such. Okay, so everything is in parts, so now we can start to have a look at each one of them. So we will start with the front panel if you agree, because it will be pretty quick. Just the aluminum piece with the handle, backlight panel here, the buttons, the coding wheels that seem to be pretty high quality actually. I can see looks like there are bulbs on the top here for backlight, and apart from this we just have mostly wires interconnecting everything. Some Beckman resistor network here, which is attached to the separate connector here, which is passing under these wire harnesses here. And we have mostly, we have one coax here going to the main on-off button, on mode selection button. This is on a little PCB. And apart from this, really nothing special except the very tidy work on the wires. Well, not so much in fact. Very complicated work, at least we can tell. And here you can see the broken corner, sadly, here also, but here we did not lose this attachment, at least. Okay, so it was the first part and it was quite easy. We will continue with, let's say, the mains electronics. So, we have this module, two aluminum plates on each side which are now loose since I didn't do the screws. Here what I was thinking was hybrid. Actually we have IC in here that is protruding out from the cover here. Interesting, ceramic IC, but there is some kind of varnish over it and it is not possible to read the number. So we will have a look at what we have on this PCB assembly, which you can see is pretty annoying because there is this short wire harness in the way. So it is not too tight. And what happens if I undo the screws? Yes, they are just falling off like so. So it is not the best design I have seen. We have this kind of an insulator material here, fiberglass material, that is at the same time used for attaching the wire harness. Really weird construction. All these parts here seem to be silver coated brass. They are quite heavy, these covers. Well, at least the two covers, the other one for the PCBs also. Here are the little cams to attach secure the PCBs in place. So yes, it is coming right off. And it will be very fun to put back together. So here is what we have. Apparently three yes, hybrid modules from ITT. The same one from 1979. As you can see, I guess it is not necessary to search them on Google because you will have nothing. Very interesting packages with a welded cover, of course. Apart from this, tiny relays in a transistor case, and transistors and the wires, huge numbers of wires actually going to this PCB. And it was just going in this attached in this panel. Okay, so I will put this back in place because it is quite a mess, and after this we will check the circuit boards. So about the circuit boards, I have one more screw to undo. And it looks like everything will come in one block for now. We hope so, at least. Oops, not easy. Because I have no space to try out or anything. Maybe here. They are connectors, so they should come. Very interesting, by the way. Yes, it is moving a little bit. Here we are. So, as expected, yes, we have connectors at the bottom for everything. And we have our pack of circuit boards that look like so. So the two first boards, in fact, I will undo them one at a time. It will avoid me having any confusion when reinstalling, at least. So first one, yes, it is coming right off. It is called the panel electronic circuit. You can see here we have a set of surface mount ceramic ICs. Other side, Lexor delay line with a serial number which is not written. Probably, yes, round case op amps, more surface mount ICs, and a bunch of trimmers which were sealed. And the little connector is made by Bundy. Okay, I will reattach this one immediately. And we go to the next one. Excuse me. Actually, I can use the screw from here and directly insert it here. It is something I could do. It is really tedious, this thing. I do not know how many hours of work were necessary to put this together, but really. Oh, we have here the unit digital processor assembly, which looks like such on this side, like such on the other side, but we have still more circuits. In the middle, it looks like I need to undo. Yes, this screw, as you can see, everything is coming apart. And this one, to access the middle piece. Still not. Here we have more of the same thing, and you know what, I will try to see. Really interesting how they made this thing. This is quite a nightmare actually to take apart. And of course there is one more of them. You always need to put more nuts and bolts to annoy people. Just all this just for this. So it is called a processor, but obviously we mostly have maybe logical gate circuits or something like this. I have no clue of what it is doing and what it is for exactly, but here we are. Okay, I will put this back together and we will have a look to the last module. Wow, this thing was a nightmare to put back together, because each time you have one insulating layer in a Teflon, and you have to keep everything in place while you insert the screw. So at least I do not need to undo the last PCB here to have a look at it, because it is more of the same stuff. Really impressive how complicated this little unit is. So I will reinstall these two little screws, and we will be able to go to the next part, hopefully, because really, so it looks like we have more of the brains of the thing in here, in these 3 or 4 PCBs. I guess the goal of the thing is to receive a IFF identification request and reply with the correct answer or something like this, according to the number of the aircraft, the ID of the aircraft, maybe with some kind of encryption for security, but it is my guess. And of course the screw will now go back in place. So let's go directly to the next part. Next part, let's say the power supply. This module, I have to undo the cable retainer screw here, obviously. Then most obviously 2 screws here attaching the contents. I don't see anyone here, and we have 1 more screws here at the end. So far I did not met any stuck screw, so it is good. Okay, so this thing seems to be in a weird condition, a little bit oxidized, yes, a lot of dust in fact. Not sure where it is from. Yes, white must be aluminium surface oxide. So what do we have? Yes, power supply pack, very compact unit, as you can see. I will not take it apart further. We have the area filters I did find in the Deca computer. Same things. We have button cell shaped capacitors here, it seems, through this PCB. Quite nasty work on the PCB here, as you can see, not the best thing. Filter capacitors with black goop here everywhere. We have a little power resistor here, toroidal transformer here, inductor here, another one here, power transistor here, and it is all. So I wonder why we have a connector, we have wires apparently coming out directly to the wire harness, or maybe for the on-off feature. A lot of filters and a very heavy compact little unit. Okay, it will be all for this one, I guess. not the best thing I have seen. Quite impressive in the complexity, but not in very good condition. So I will reinstall this cover and we will go to the radar receiver. So, radar receiver. Same kind of slot in construction. Cover around the electronics. It looks like. Oops. Just before I was talking about stock screws, not encountered yet, but this one actually. It looks like we have a warranty seal, so I guess we might have a screw under it. No? Oh, it is interesting. Okay, so I have more bolts and screws here at the end, so I will do them anyway. Oh yes, it will. It may come out on the other side. The amount of washers on stuff on this thing. Each time you have two washers, one thin and one thick. Look, as here in fact. It is even more time consuming to assemble, by the way. Okay, nice. All this to discover a few screws. So we have here the band pass filter. Yes, it will be a band filter, so maybe I will not undo this cover here, I will rather undo this one. And we have another cover here with caution flying leads fixed to this cover. It is called mixer here. Everything has its own serial number. So, where to start? I will undo the small cover here on the side. Really, this is a time-consuming teardown. Will it come off or not? Off the cover will reveal interesting stuff. And I hope it will not be necessary to undo the three little screws here at the bottom. Okay, they are for the EMI shield. So here is what we have in this part. I see a white ceramic PCB here. Interesting, high frequency ish things here. Okay, oops. Like such. This I will not undo. This predator cover maybe I can undo. at least the little screws are all the same size here, which is good. Okay, one IC mounted on a little PCB on the terminals, so not that fascinating. I will replace one of the screws or later, and we are left with the top cover with the flying lids. Just 6 screws here, it will be quite quick. Well, it will be quicker to take it apart than reinstalling. For some reason they did glue more or less here on the side, but no. Okay. So the fly-in legs are just for one resistor attached to the cover for some reason. And here is what we have under it. Interesting. So let me put this back together, and maybe I will try to do this anyway. So I will be right back. So considering I am not taking it apart anytime soon again, I did decide to undo all the screws to the filter, but I can see here there is a link I need to cut, and here is what we have. As expected, high frequency filter stuff. Not much to see. So okay, and we can discover at least we have another layer of PCB here. Okay, so I have a few screws to put back in place, and then we will be able to have a look at the last module, the radar transmitter. So the last module will be the radar transmitter with the beryllium stuff inside. Two screws to undo left. What do we have in here? Oh, we have wires going to the cover. Here is what we have. So the cover, aluminium, some power transistors bolted to it, and a little board with one trimmer. Why they did? In fact, this thing is so full of stuff they had no space, I believe. And here is what we have. We have oscillator RF and a voltage power supply. So high voltage power supply even, so it looks like we might have some power high frequency tube in here, but I will not take it apart any further. We have a rigid coax here. Here also we have our beryllium oxide circulator or mixer, probably to mix between transmitting, yes, and receiving side. This wire goes to the receiver. We have one other high frequency module here at the bottom, but it is really stuck at the bottom. And we have what seems to be, yes, one more hybrid module here in a golden package. Stuff all at the bottom which is not possible to reach, sadly, without taking apart everything. The coding wheels here, you can see how they are constructed, and there is some kind of a setting that goes here with a warranty seal that goes inside this. But given the beryllium and given how tedious has been already this teardown, I think it will be good enough for this part. This will be probably sealed and very difficult to open anyway. Power supply might be potted, not sure. And this I cannot open because of the beryllium. And the little hybrid here is what comes in last, it seems, out last when you take it apart, because really the screws are not possible to reach. Okay, so I hope you did enjoy this teardown of a very unusual piece of avionics. It was really long and difficult. Billion of screws to undo, and I still need to put everything back together. So, thanks for watching, bye bye.